Hello guys, kenzoloco here and welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, this is it guys, the moment of truth and the big reveal. But before I do that, I just wanted to put in there a huge disclaimer wherein this is not going to be the final look of my nose. As you may know or may not know, rhinoplasty results are actually seen after a year. Pero significant na yung itsura niya after a month, which is today, after 3 months, and also after 6 months. That means, as time goes by, your nose gets to become better and better as it becomes more suited to your face. So without further ado, let's do it. This is the big reveal! You know what guys, I was thinking of a creative way on how I'm finally gonna reveal my nose, and that was it. So welcome back guys, this is me, this is the new me. I am Kenzo, and I am very grateful to finally unveil my new nose. As you can see, so before I start saying a lot of things, I'm gonna have you take a look at a front profile, which is this one, at a side profile to my right, which is this one, and also a side profile to my left. There. And siya, oh my god! I am just super duper happy because, you guys have been with me in this amazing 1 month long journey. I know, ang tagal-tagal yung naghintay. A lot of you really waited for a long time, and you guys, some of you have kept on nagging on me to show you some photos, but I think really this is the right time to show my nose a month after, because I went through a metamorphosis, and it has been an amazing journey. I was able to watch my nose evolve from my old one, and then the surgery and post-surgery, and then to 1 month old. So this is it. And oh my god, so for the most part, you guys have been watching my IG stories. You guys were able to see, just the bridge of my nose. It's always covered like that. It's either I use a mask or I cover it up with an emoji or whatever, and also in my photos. So now you can actually take a good look at it. Okay, so I actually have a teleprompter via my laptop right here so that I do not miss out on any detail that I'm going to be discussing. So that is it. Grabe no, as you saw my old photos, I was like looking through my photos, and then I know it's me, but wow, it's a huge difference, and really the nose makes you look very different if you have a different nose. So I'm just very, very grateful that I was able to undergo the rhinoplasty procedure. It has been a dream come true, and also so amazing for the results, and I'm just very, very happy with regards to that. Okay, so without further ado, let's start with the first part of my part 3. Well, the first part of the discussion, because we're done with the big reveal. Now I'm going to discuss how the surgery went. As you know, like I mentioned in my previous vlogs, I was awake the entire time of the surgery. Like the entire 1 hour and 30 minutes I was being operated on, gising ako, I was awake. Right? So this is what happened. When I entered the surgery room, one of the assistant nurses actually gave me some medication so that I can fall asleep easily. But that wasn't the case for me. The medicine did not take effect. I was wide awake, and my surgeon was actually like laughing at me, telling me, "Oh, you're still awake? You're still awake?" I said, "Yeah, doc, I'm very much awake." And so he operated on me, and that was it. So I'll start now. So the first procedure really was me lying down, and they put in a huge cloth over my head. Okay, so the only part of my face that was exposed was my nose. But before that, they actually swabbed me all over with betadine and a lot more, disinfecting stuff. And imagine the betadine was actually like creeping down my neck, which was like super weird. And of course, the smell of it. But anyway, so now that it was only my nose that was exposed, I could see like a huge light, sort of like a UFO light in front of me. And of course, you had to have adequate lighting to do the surgery. So the first thing that the doctor will do, that the doctor did for me, is really to inject anesthesia. And guys, I will not sugarcoat it. The anesthesia is super duper painful. It was very, very painful, guys. I mean, so my anesthesia, diba? The doctor did not give me any warning at all. No, so okay. And then he injected anesthesia here. Oh my god! And I think in this part of my nose. And I was like grabbing onto to the bed. I was like doing like that, and then he didn't mind. He would just kept on pushing through us up until it was done. Okay, so that was like extremely painful because I am the kind of person who has a really, really huge pain threshold, and that was very painful. Okay, so after that, it's not just once. He's gonna insert another one, so he's gonna do another dose of anesthesia. But on that second one, it still hurts, but it's 50% of the pain that you originally felt. And the third one, and the fourth one, the fifth one, you will no longer feel the pain. Wala na akong nasabi. So, the first thing that's the first thing that he did. So of course, graphic explanation, I can hear and feel the snipping. So the doctor actually, of course, they will cut your nose, right? And they're gonna cut your nose, so they're gonna cut this part and also this part inwards as well. Okay, and aside from that, no, so I can actually feel it. It's numb, but I can feel the doctor cutting away through my skin. No, so of course he operated away and then operated away, and then afterwards he's gonna do this part. So he's gonna inject the same thing that he did here. Actually, the doctor said, okay, I'm gonna inject anesthesia on the left side of your nose, but this time around it's gonna be more painful because you anticipated the pain. And true enough, directly after he said that, he injected, so it was painful. And yes, and then the second one 50%, and then the third and fourth and onwards, you won't feel any pain anymore. Okay, so that's what he did. And before he actually, I think, operated on my bridge, right, the doctor actually operated on my ear first. So he told me to lie down sideways. So I did. He said, tumagilid ka na. And then I said, okay, doc. And then I was like, did like that. Okay, so when I was already like this, so imagine I'm still lying down and I'm like this. The doctor was here, and he's gonna, with his assistance, of course, he's gonna be doing like that. And of course, he's gonna take cartilage from my right ear. So, of course, the painful part is there again. He injected anesthesia. Yet again, I grabbed the bed, and then there. So he's gonna cut through, and this is actually something that you can imagine. Why? Because you can actually hear everything, like the cutting, and also when he harvests the cartilage out through in your ear. Oh my God, you can hear it like parang nilalagare. Alam niyo yun? He's like cutting through your ear, but it's not painful. You won't feel any pain. I'm saying this, guys, because this is exactly what you're gonna experience, but there's no pain at all. Well, aside from the anesthesia, there's no pain at all. And then, it took him like 20 minutes to get cartilage from my ear. And then the last part is the stitching. So you can actually hear like the hook, and then when he stitches, like zzz, 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 that was like that. But anyways, that was it. And the last thing, so after he operated on my ear and he stitched it up, of course he put in there betadine and then gauzed it up, and then I was now on my back again, and he left for like, I think 5 to 10 minutes. I think that's when he grafted and really, molded the cartilage in the way that he wanted it to be. So I was just lying there, and he operated on my nose. So that, I think that was the last part. So the doctor actually did a closed rhinoplasty for me. Ayan. And that was something that I didn't know. I thought it was going to be an open rhinoplasty. An open rhinoplasty means that he's also going to cut through the middle part, and then your nose is really exposed. So they open it up. And that is what I was prepared for, because I was watching all of these surgery videos, and that's exactly what I was thinking. But no, since my doctor is actually one of the top surgeons in terms of rhinoplasty in the Philippines, he already knows, the insides of the nose, so he does not really need to open it up. Parang ganon. And I'm just so happy, because that means lesser scars, right? Okay, so that's really good. So what he did is that he opened up an incision on the right side. As you can see, my nose right now, this right side is bigger than the left side, right? And that's because this part is where the incision was made, inside here, and that's where he actually inserted the Gore-Tex implant, and he inserted it up there. he actually inserted it, and he was like pushing my face in the bed. But I think that was like super funny for me, because but anyways, that was just me. And then afterwards, of course, he stitched it up and everything. Actually, the stitches here was something, I think I dozed off a bit when he was already stitching things up, because I didn't realize that he was already stitching things up. And I think that's because of the lasting effects of the anesthesia. So essentially, that was it. That was the entire procedure. So after that, an hour and a half, I was just lying down, and then he put the cast already on my nose, which you saw on my previous vlogs. And yeah, he told me to just lie down for like, I don't know, like 10 minutes, and go, because a rhinoplasty is an outpatient procedure. So afterwards, you can really, go home and do whatever. In my case, I went to the mall. I went for lunch with Mike, and yeah. Okay, so that is it. That was the entire surgery experience for me. I was wide awake, and I enjoyed, actually. I really enjoyed. And yeah, I'm just super happy. It was all worth it. So right now, I'm gonna be discussing parts 2 and 3 of this vlog, and that's gonna be the top 5 tips. And so top 5 tips that I was able to learn throughout my first month of the surgery are these. So number 1 is that you have to learn how to control your facial muscles. Why? Because after the surgery, of course, you have to do absolutely everything so that the skin surrounding your nose, and of course your nose, should not be moved in any way. So if you move these, the skin, because of course it's connected, it's just one slab of skin. So most of the time, of course, you have to really control your emotions. Like me, I'm a very animated person, as you know. So my facial expressions are really wild. So I had to really tone it down and really zero it out, right? So I'm always just like that. I make sure that, when I laugh, I hold this part of my face. So ha ha ha, and when I laugh, so that it really won't stretch out. So that's one thing. And you really have to control your facial muscles. One of the things that I am still trying to perfect is really how to smile. So your smile before most likely or most probably will not be okay with your new nose, right? So I'm gonna try to make an impression of my old Kenzo smile, and I'll make you see that it's not really good. Okay, so this is my old Kenzo smile. So I don't know, it looks weird. So of course, your smile should be very subtle, like that, or with teeth. Actually, right now I can feel that I'm doing a pretty good job at smiling. In the first 2 to 3 weeks, I had difficulty, but now Okay, so another thing is that this part, the part on top of your upper lip will be immobilized in the first few weeks. Like you can't really move this. Like that's what. That's how you're gonna talk, because you can't move this, and you can feel if you move this, nako, this one will be moved as well, and you won't like that to happen. So you have to, that's tip number one, you have to control your facial muscles. Make sure that of course your face is always just resting bitch face, so that it will facilitate better healing of your nose, and it will not be moved a lot, and it will not be stretched out. Okay, so number two is to apply cold compress, because it works wonders, right? On the very first day after surgery, apply cold compress. Buy an ice pack, or better yet, buy like a face pack that you can freeze in the freezer and put in your face, that molds into your face, so that your entire face is gonna be cold, right? And that reduces swelling. That is why I did not develop like those black eyebrows. If you haven't seen post-op surgery videos of rhinoplasty, people normally have a lot of black eyes here, like under the eyes, and then your cheeks swell up, and then it's like you got beaten up. So to avoid that, please use cold compress as much as you can directly after surgery. I did not have to use hot compress, just cold compress, so that I get rid of all of those unwanted bruising. Okay, number three tip is very important for me, and that is cotton buds are your new best friends. And that is true. Why? Because you can no longer pick your nose. Number one, because you're going to use the cotton buds to clean your nose. Even after the cast removal, you start cleaning your nose, your stitches, and of course your nose in general. So you can no longer pick your nose. Hello. And you use those cotton buds. Normally I still wet them, and then I use them to really just clean my nose, even though I don't really think there's something to clean inside. But at the same time, I use the cotton buds also to, if it's itchy inside, because of course it's still a normal nose, and you use the cotton buds so that you can deal with the itchiness. So buy a lot of cotton buds. Buy a lot of them. Okay, tip number 4 is to isolate yourself for the first week and have someone watch over you, which is very, very important, right? Why? Because planning for the surgery is important, but also planning for post-op recovery is very important, because that's when you're most sensitive. I know it's an outpatient kind of surgery, but you have to isolate yourself, devoid of stress. Rent an Airbnb or an Agoda or a hotel, right? And just stay there so that there's peace and tranquility. And it's important to be exposed to very low temperatures, so you have the air condition at full blast, so that it's easy for you to move around, and you're not going to be sweaty. Especially here in the Philippines, it's very hot and very humid, so hindi pwedeng mahagard. Okay, so tip number 5 is post-cast removal blues. Okay, so after this part, I will show you, I will show you photos of me after the cast removal. And mind you guys, I looked like a bird. I looked like an avatar. I looked like a bird. My nose was like double or like triple in bigness than my previous nose before surgery. And that is something that I want you guys to know is pretty normal. It's 100% normal. It's not gonna be like cast removal, yay, I'm pretty. No, it's gonna be sad, very, very sad. And I'll show you after this part. I'll show you the photos. Okay, so from week 1 and then the days after, it's very sad. That's the time we're in. Hello. Was it the right decision that I got rhinoplasty? I think my nose just got bigger instead of better. Aww. And that's the time when you're just going to be really sad. You're just going to cover up your face. But for me, of course, your bridge is going to be there, which is why that was the only thing I was showing. But yeah, it's really sad. And the good thing about it is that it's okay to be sad at the time, because your nose really is going to be big because it's swelling, right? So you have to wait. I think three weeks would be okay. And then also 1 month after is when you're going to be very confident to show your nose already. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm telling all of this because I want to be very honest. I want to be very honest with my entire experience, so that if you're also looking into having rhinoplasty, you have to be prepared for that. Mentally, physically, and also emotionally. Okay? So, it's really good to have rhinoplasty in the ECQ season. Why? Because you're going to be at home. You're going to be forced to be at home, which is good, you know, for everyone. You know, you're just at home, you're resting, and it's really good for your recovery. And also, you don't have to go out, and everyone is wearing masks right now, so duh, it's the perfect time. Okay, so that is it. So, see you guys, okay, on the next part. It's not gonna be the next video, it's just gonna be the next part, but I'll show you guys right now my photos after the cast was removed, the days after, and the weeks after. Check it out now. Okay, so let's start off with this photo of me when I just had my cast removed. I was very excited. And this is me when I got home. So, oh my god, I look super ugly there. These next photos are actually when I started to treat and clean my nose up. And as you can see, I've bandaged it already. At this time, this is the first time I go outside of the house, and look at me. So when I got home, I started to tape my nose every night so that it can reduce swelling. And this is me the morning after. I felt cute, but still a little weird. Now this is my photo shoot because I wanted to play with my ring light, and yeah. This is me the morning, the day after. And this is the first time I applied makeup on my face, so there. And this is my second stitch removal, and also the doctor actually put steroids on my nose. So as you can see here, it radically reduced in swelling. And this is also the time when I did my first appearance on Zoom to train the rookies. This is when I had the opportunity to accept the award as top agent and top rookie. So yay, my first reveal. This is the meeting the day after. So I'm gaining more confidence in showing up my nose. And this one is when I'm off to work. These are two separate dates, which I'll put here. And this one is when I had my glasses. So I'm very happy because side profiles are really great already. And of course front views as well. This is when I'm about to sleep. I'm super duper happy with how I look. And lastly, this is my photo when I hosted a nationwide event for Crew Life with over 8,000 members and viewers. Super happy. 1 month old nose. Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so that for me is very relevant to share. As you saw, after the cast was removed, my nose was so big, right? It's super big. And it's sad, but that is the reality, and you have to cope with it for like a month, right? You just have to wait a month, guys, and it's gonna be okay. Okay, so right now I'm going to be discussing the top 5 lifestyle changes, starting off with number 1, which is you guys and the audience perception of my followers on Facebook, on Instagram, and also here on YouTube. Most of you have been telling me, Kenzo, send me over photos already of how you look like. But I kept saying, no, you have to wait for the vlog, and it's worth it, right, guys? It's worth the wait, and that is something that I'm very happy about, because this journey is not just mine, but also yours as well. For those of you who are with me ever since day 1, ever since part 1 as well of my vlog, thank you so much. So I'm very happy. You guys are a major confidence boost that I can go through with the entire process, and now we're in part 3. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Okay, so number 2, lifestyle change is skincare and makeup. Yan. So of course, you cannot do skincare the way you did it before, like when you have a cotton and then you apply your toner and you rub it across your face. Now you rub it lightly and you rub it inward. So pag ganon. Because if you rub it like that, it will stretch the skin, and of course your nose you'll feel it. Any slight movement of your nose you get to feel. But now I don't feel. I feel it's like a normal nose. So, but this part is still a bit sensitive. Of course, if you move it sideways, yeah, you'd be able to feel that it's uncomfortable. Okay, but of course that will, vanish over time, and it's gonna feel like a normal nose, like what you did before. But of course you have to take care of it. Okay, so that is it, skincare and makeup. And of course makeup, you have to be very careful. That's why I bought a new beauty blender, so that, I'd be able to, apply makeup easily. And of course, since this part is more sensitive than ever before. Okay, so take care of the surrounding area, and of course your nose as well. Okay, the number 3 lifestyle change is actually very funny, and it's kissing. I can before, when I used to kiss Mike, I can actually just kiss him like directly like that. Really, that was how flat my nose was. That's what I realized. But now when oops, I can't. We have to go sideways, so I have to tilt whenever I want to kiss him, I would hold his face and then tilt it sideways so that I can kiss him. I cannot like kiss him or peck him like, in an abrupt way. So that's dangerous, of course. This one, oh, I love it. I have a bridge now and I have a tip, so I'm very happy with that. That's number 3. Okay, so number 4 is self-care. Of course, now that you feel that your dream has become a reality, you get to notice other parts of your body that you want to improve, right? So I don't mean you have to undergo another surgery for other parts of your body, of course, but what I mean is that you now enter a more healthy state. You want to eat healthier foods, you want to go on a diet, you want to exercise. But of course, heavy exercise is still not permitted in the first few days, first few weeks, and their first few months. But light exercises like walking is very important. Jogging as well. Of course, that's going to be on your 3rd week onwards. And really just jumping jacks, and I do planks as well. Self-care, you pamper yourself, you take care of yourself even more, and that is something that I think is a really good advantage, or something that you get to do after you get surgery. So the 5th and the final the final lifestyle change is that it's everyday happiness. Why? Because unlike buying a phone, imagine buying the newest iPhone. It's gonna keep you happy for a week, a month. I have the new iPhone. But this one, I think, every single day you wake up, you go to a mirror, you look at your face, and you tell yourself, oh my god! And yeah, that's how it feels like, I get I blushed. That's how amazing and happy it feels. It will make you happy, and it's something that is constant, I believe, because your nose gets to be better and better, right? Tomorrow is 1 month and 1 day. The day after is 1 month and 2 days. So your nose becomes better and better. It will form better on your face. The swelling on this side of my nose will decrease, and then I'd be able to see a much better nose 3 months after, 6 months after, and the final 99% of the final result a year after. So I'm just super excited as the days unfold, and that is very rewarding. Oh my god, I cannot stress further how happy this has all been. And of course, you guys, thank you so much. So that is it, guys. Thank you for watching my big reveal plus the tips. I hope all of those have been helpful for you. And let me know if you're going to be undergoing the surgery, if you have extra questions. You know what, I was thinking for me to do a part 4 of this vlog series, and that is when I get to ask you guys, over here on YouTube. So comment down below what questions you want me to answer, and I will also post IG stories also on Facebook, on what questions you have for me, so that the part 4 of this rhinoplasty vlog series will all be about answering your questions. And of course, you get to see a much more updated version of my nose. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support you've been showing me, all of the positive comments, and of course, I'd like to reiterate that this is not going to be the final look of my nose, so I'll just give you guys one last look before I end the video. Okay, front look, side view to the right, give you more angles, side view to the left, give you more angles, and that is it, guys. Thank you so much. This has been an amazing journey for me. Today I celebrate 1 month after my surgery. Today is August 5, 2020. And this is the new me. Bye, everyone.